You're listening to the official Minnesota Wild podcast, presented by Acrisure.
Through one period in Winnipeg, the Wild and Jets are scoreless. Welcome back to the Bob Kurtz Radio Center. Kevin Fallness in St. Paul as we get ready for the first intermission. And that will include Tom Reid's hotline. If you want to get involved in the conversation, you can. And it couldn't be any easier. All you got to do is text your comments, questions, or compliments to 64686. You could win a pair of tickets to an upcoming Minnesota Wild game. Get your own tickets at wild.com/tickets. Tom Reid will be joined by Nico Sturm here in a matter of moments. Nico Sturm making his season debut and sees the Wild outshot 6 rip out of the gates. Didn't matter, though. Jesper Wallstedt continues to stand tall.
He'll feed the point. Sandberg over to Pionk for a shot. Tipped down, and Wallstedt found it. Well, I don't know if that would have been a high stick or not on Alex Iafallo, but Wallstedt kicked out his right pad and kept the game scoreless. Connor charges it. Found him in right side. Velarde, a shot. Glove save. Wallstedt. He flashes the leather and gets a whistle.
Jesper Wallstedt. The Wild have won 4 straight. Jesper Wallsted's won 4 straight as well. A very good first period for him as he makes 9 saves compared to 7 for Eric Comrie. Thus far, the Jets are 0 for 1 on the power play. The Wild are yet to skate with the man advantage. After one period of play, it's 0-0 in Winnipeg. We'll send you back out to Canada Life Center after a quick break and get you Tom Reid's hotline. Text us 64686. That's next. You're listening to Wild Hockey, presented by Grand Casino.
As of yet up here in Jetland, that being, of course, Manitoba. And with us right now is downstairs this guy who's playing in his first game of the year, and Nico Sturm. And Nico, I guess first of all, welcome back.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate it.
It's got to be fun for you now. I mean, it's a grind. I mean, you come to camp, you think you're going to be okay, and all of a sudden you run into a problem, and you have to be on the sidelines, and it takes a while to get mentally get yourself back into the fold.
Yeah, it sucks. You want to hit the ground running into the season, and now it's more like getting kind of thrown into cold water. But it's a little bit like riding a bike. Here, I got plenty of games under my belt, and I'm sure it's going to take a couple games to get used to the timing. And obviously, you're playing a team right now that's playing with a lot of pace, maybe one of the fastest teams in the league. So it's not easy to jump into a game like that, but probably might be the best way to do it.
Yeah, I agree. This is your 332nd game in the National Hockey League. And, it's interesting because this is your second stint with Minnesota. But being in between those 2 stints, you won a couple of cups also with the Avalanche and then with Florida. That's going to make you feel pretty good.
Yeah, it surely gives you a little bit of calm and peace and allows you to maybe put a couple things into perspective when things are going well, but also when they aren't going well. And it just, I think the experience makes you a more well-rounded player.
And Minnesota brought you into the fold. Why do you think they brought you back to the team?
Yeah, just to shore up the bottom 6. I think obviously today get a chance to play the 3C right away. Usually probably be slotting in into 4C and just being defensively sound, maybe taking some of those defensive matchups away from Eki and the penalty kill as well, so you can focus a little bit more on the offensive side of things. And so, yeah, just first on forecheck, hard into the D zone, face-offs, PK, those are kind of the staples. Yeah,
you got the Olympics coming up, and, of course, you're on the roster right now for the team from Germany. That's got to make you feel pretty good also. You want to get back in there because what an honor that would be to be on a team to play in the Olympics.
Yeah, it's kind of one of the big things on every athlete's to-do list, right? Certainly I have it marked in the calendar. Got to be honest, right now I'm more focused about getting my lungs and my legs back under me, and that's still about 2 or 3 months out into the future. So definitely something exciting I'm looking forward to, but right now my focus is on kind of getting the juice back a little bit.
Well, you're in your 8th year. It won't take you very long. Good luck to you the rest of the way.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
All right, Nico Sturm, our guest here. Kevin, let's go back to you.
All right, thank you, Tom. Nico Sturm back in the lineup, and he'll get rewarded for joining us in the first intermission with a gift certificate down to Tom Reid's Hockey City Pub. Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification. You're listening to Wild Hockey, presented by Grand Casino. Tom Reid standing by for Tom Reid's Hotline. Again, text us 64686. You could be rewarded with Wild tickets to an upcoming Minnesota Wild home game. Thomas, through one period, what have you thought? 0-0 on the board. The Wild, a little bit of a slow start, but still 0-0 after one. All right, we'll see if we can grab Tom Reid out there in Winnipeg. We will tell you that right now it is scoreless after one period of play, and that's no joke. Why don't we go back out to Winnipeg, see if Tom Reid is there at Canada Life Center? What did you think of the first 20 minutes, Tom?
Well, good start certainly for the Jets. They came out with the legs a pumping and getting the shots away. Minnesota started to rebound a little bit towards the latter part, but Minnesota's got to get better chances in that offensive zone, and hopefully, but I understand from the Jets standpoint too. They lost their number one goaltender, so everybody has to pick up the pace here. Every player in that ice, and they've done that in the first period. Now, can Minnesota counter that in the second?
All right, let's jump into some questions here. This will be a shorter one. We'll also have another one in the second intermission, so another opportunity to get some questions in and a chance to win some Minnesota Wild tickets. We'll start with Todd from Oakdale. Tom, besides his face-off acumen, what do you expect Nico Sturm to add to this Minnesota Wild team?
Penalty killing. I think he'll give he's got that length also. He's a big body at 6'3". He's got the experience also. That's one of the things about him is he's been very good on the defensive part of the game. He can play that. He can kill the penalties. He can win draws for you. And he brings that experience also. He's got the pedigree of having 2 Stanley Cups. And that goes a long way when you're talking to a guy, what's it take to win the cup? He can answer it wholly because of the fact that he's got 2 of them.
Eleanor from Richfield is a Minnesota Wild fan and is looking to go to a road venue to watch the Minnesota Wild play. Eleanor from Richfield would like to drive there. Your options are limited if you're going to drive and keep it to under 12 hours. I guess Chicago's one option, but also the Winnipeg Jets. What would you think of going to Winnipeg to watch the Wild take on the Jets? Is it worth the drive?
Yeah, it really is. To come up here, and the thing is, make sure you got your passport also to get into the country and get back out of the country. So that's what you want to have. But the fans here are pretty good. This is the smallest venue in the National Hockey League, just a little over 15,000. It was actually built for an American Hockey League team. They didn't expect to get hockey back, but like Minnesota, they lost it for a while. But they got it back here, and the fans have supported it pretty well up here. But they're looking for a championship.
Chuck from Montgomery says he's listening as usual. Tom, you ask guys for interviews all the time. Visit radio announcers, different media types. Do people ask you for interviews as well when you travel?
Yes, they do. To be honest with you, yeah, they will. And once in a while, I will do it, depending on what the schedule is also. The guy who was really good at it was Joe. I always refer to Joe.
I do, too.
Let him do
You know what? I would love to do it, but you should really talk to Joe O'Donnell. Boy, is he good at these interviews. I do the exact same thing.
He does a great job.
He does. He very much does. You guys made some conversation here, this is from Don in Litchfield, about the fact that Matt Zuccarello has been really good here for this team, and the team has responded with really good results since he's been in the lineup. Is it a coincidence, or is there something to it?
No, it's not a coincidence. I mean, he's a gifted hockey player. Look, here's a guy who's got a lot of time in the National Hockey League. He knows exactly what he has to do, and when he's in the lineup, they win more than they lose. There's no question about that. But Zuccarello is one of those guys now, 15 years in the NHL, and he's got a point per game with this hockey club right now. This is his 8th game. He's got 7 points, so we'll see if he gets something going here. But he's a big plus for this team.
All right, Tom, thank you.
Thank you.
Tom in Winnipeg with part 1 of Tom Reid's Hotline. We'll do it again in the second intermission, but this time around, Todd in Oakdale. You got a pair of tickets to an upcoming Minnesota Wild home game. Look out. I'll shoot you a text, and then we can converse from there about getting you set up in the great state of hockey. Maybe you can swing by Tom Reid's before, during, or after the game. He'd love that. It's right up the street from Grand Casino Arena here in the capital city of the state of hockey, the beautiful city of St. Paul. We'll break, and then we'll get you there for the second period. Again, it's 0-0 between the Wild and Jets. Tom and Joe from Canada Life Center when we continue. This is Wild Hockey, presented by Grand Casino.
For an extraordinary advantage in sports, you need a game plan. For an extraordinary advantage everywhere else, all you need is Acrisure. With a high-tech human approach to insurance, cybersecurity, and more, Acrisure helps you take care of what you care about. That makes winning easy. See what Acrisure's extraordinary advantage can do for you at Acrisure.com.